Now we can start. आज first session है. We are coming up with a new series where we will be covering all the previous year questions, as many as possible, at least for the past 5 to 7 years. Sociology optional previous year solved questions, and we are going here chapter wise. We are going here topic wise. Today we are starting with chapter 1, modernity, social change in Europe and emergence of sociology as a discipline, and all the questions related to it which are asked in the previous year question. So this will give you an actual idea. See, taking coaching and studying about it is one thing, but writing the answers and how you are supposed to write the answers is a totally another game. So let's start. I am starting today with an easy question, and this is directly, if you've covered chapter 1 from any coaching center or from any material, if you've done self-study also, it will be easy for you to answer this question. The question directly asks, discuss the historical antecedents of the emergence of sociology as a discipline. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे बात हो रही है. अब this question was asked in 2019 and it came in paper 1. क्वेश्चन था फर्स्ट ए एंड इट वाज अ 10 मार्कर. ठीक है, तो यहां पे क्या था कि व्हाट यू आर सपोज टू राइट दैट हाउ सोशियोलॉजी एज अ डिसिप्लिन, व्हाई डिड इट इमर्ज, व्हाट वर द हिस्टोरिकल एंटीसीडेंट्स. व्हेन यू से हिस्टोरिकल एंटीसीडेंट्स, व्हाट वी मीन बाय दैट इज, एंटी मतलब उसके पहले, कि सोशियोलॉजी के इमर्जेंस से पहले कौन कौन सी ऐसी हिस्ट्री में चीजें हुई थी, इसके पहले क्या क्या ऐसा हुआ था जिससे सोशियोलॉजी हैड टू इमर्ज एज अ डिसिप्लिन. ठीक है, सो बेसिकली here we have to talk about all the things like enlightenment, industrial revolution, French revolution. These are the things we have to talk about, and then we have to connect how these events, how these changes led to the emergence of discipline. ठीक है, so the question you have understood. अब देखो, अब क्वेश्चन आंसर के 3 पार्ट्स होते हैं, इंट्रोडक्शन, बॉडी एंड कंक्लूजन. So what introduction you have to write, what body you have to write in a 10 marker, let's understand. अब यहाँ पे since we have to talk about historical antecedents, that will come in the body part. The question which is directly asked when you're answering a question, जो main question में पूछा गया है, that you have to write in your body. Introduction would be something which you write before answering the question. तो क्या इंट्रोडक्शन होनी चाहिए? यू विल जस्ट से दैट द चैलेंजेस, जो चैलेंजेस आए थे व्हेन दीज सोशल चेंजेस वर गोइंग ऑन, इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन, एनलाइटनमेंट, व्हेन दीज चेंजेस केम, आउट ऑफ दीज अ नंबर ऑफ सोशल चैलेंजेस केम व्हिच चेंज्ड द एंटायर सोसाइटी ऑफ यूरोप. ठीक है, एंड टू स्टडी दीज सोशल चैलेंजेस, व्हाई हैव दीज सोशल चैलेंजेस कम अप एंड व्हाट आर द रीजंस, डिसिप्लिन ऑफ सोशियोलॉजी हैड टू कम अप. तो इंट्रोडक्शन यही बनेगी कि the challenges in the wake of the great upheavals. The great upheavals are the historical antecedents. The challenges in the wake of the great upheavals experienced by Western Europe between 17th and 19th century. So I'm mentioning the place, I'm mentioning the time period, became the subject matter of social theorizing. तो मैंने यहाँ पे क्या बोल दिया कि भाई 17 to 19th century, the changes which were coming up, ठीक है, the social upheavals they were coming up, the challenges which came out of them, to study them we had to come up with the discipline of sociology. ये introduction होगी. So what are these upheavals we are talking about, what are the historical antecedents we are talking about, let's see. तो यहाँ पे मोटा मोटा we will talk about French Revolution, we will talk about Industrial Revolution, we will talk about the offshoots of Industrial Revolution, that is, what are the things that came out of Industrial Revolution as a result of Industrial Revolution, and fourth we will talk about Enlightenment. ये 4 पॉइंट हम बॉडी में लिखेंगे and then we will conclude with a beautiful conclusion. ठीक है, तो let's see body में what am I writing. French Revolution. What did French Revolution do that sociology had to come up as a discipline? अब देखो, this is a 10 marker, so you don't have to go in much detail. Just be very brief, just mention, just sprinkle the points, the keywords. French Revolution, it heralded, it came up with democracy and modern ideas of the state. ठीक है, democracy आई थी, you know, French Revolution removed feudal system, it removed monarchy, जो autocracy थी उस टाइम पे, वो रिमूव हो गया. फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम डेमोक्रेसी, द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी कम्स अप. तो दैट इज व्हाट आई हैव रिटन एंड आई हैव अंडरलाइंड द कीवर्ड्स. डेमोक्रेसी हैज बीन अंडरलाइंड, मॉडर्न स्टेट, मॉडर्न आइडियाज हैव बीन अंडरलाइंड. देन बट आल्सो ब्रॉट, अब देखो, these were the changes, but we have to mention the social challenges. So these changes also brought disorder and chaos in society, and to study that chaos in society, sociologists came up. ठीक है, so these disorder and chaos, they were studied by Auguste Comte, they were studied by Emile Durkheim and Talcott Parsons. So I've mentioned the thinker's name, I've mentioned the social challenges that came out of the social changes as a result of French Revolution. First point is complete, it is sealed. Next, I talk about Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution brought capitalism, you know, profit making system, factory system, industry system came out, mass production came out. Capitalism आया, which was driven by profit. When something is driven by profit, all the business का मतलब ही होता है something which is driven by profit, and that means that profit is captured by capitalists, and the labor which is working there, it will be suffering because they'll be on meager wages. That is why profit कैसे बन के आएगा? When you pay less, and the value which you're getting out of selling that product, that profit is taken by the owners, the capitalists. तो यहाँ पे capitalism came, which was driven by profit, and this resulted in long working hours of laborers at meager wages. ठीक है, so laborers became poorer and capitalists became richer. As a reaction, अब इसका reaction क्या था? What were the social challenge that came out of it? Socialism emerged. Socialism, what is that? कि भाई, the inequality between the richest and the poorest, it has to be removed somehow. So socialism will give you suggestions that how the distribution of material things in society has to be there. Socialism emerged, and this was hailed by none other than Karl Marx. Karl Marx came up with it, but opposed by Emile Durkheim and Weber. Now, Emile Durkheim and Weber, they were status quoists. They wanted कि जो the things which are going on in the society, they are functional, they are as it is, they are okay. They did not talk about any kind of big social change. On the other hand, Marx wanted to bring a revolutionary social change. So that is why Marx जो है, a different school of thought is there, Marxists, and Durkheim and Weber, because they were functionalists. Functionalists matlab they have tried to find function in anything which is going on in society, and they try to justify their existence. So these were conservative school of thought, they are called functionalists. ठीक है, ये point आपका हो गया industrial revolution का, how it led to profit making capitalism, and that led to laborers becoming poorer, and which sociologists wanted to study. Next point is, as a result of industrial revolution, what are the other changes that came up, the offshoots, the branches of industrial revolution? क्या लिखेंगे हम यहाँ पे? Offshoots of industrial revolution, I have mentioned it in capital and I've boxed it. It became subject matter of sociology. What are the things that became subject matter of sociology? Urbanization. When industries came up, when factories came up, as a result of that, cities got made. People migrated from rural to urban areas. So urbanization, the process of urbanization, where cities are coming up, big towns are coming up, where factory system industries are there, that came up, and that was studied, especially in the city of Chicago in USA. USA में Chicago में बहुत industries आई थी, ठीक है, automobile industries, these were there, and as a result of that, the society of Chicago was going through a big social change. And this social change, the problems which were faced by the people of Chicago, to study that, people came up. The famous one, the famous thinker that came up was Robert Parks. His famous study, that a city is set up in concentric circles. His study of urban sociology, that how urbanization was the main reason of the social problems faced by the people in Chicago. ठीक है, तो that study was done by Robert Parks. रॉबर्ट पार्क ने जब ये स्टडी करी, दिस यू कैन मेंशन आल्सो द नेम रॉबर्ट पार्क, PARK, or it is okay even if you mention Chicago School of Thought which studied urbanization or urban sociology, that is enough. Then bureaucracy. अब उस टाइम पे देखो, the period we are talking about is late 1800s. उस टाइम पे bureaucracy also was coming up as the most rational system to carry out any kind of human activity. कोई भी काम आपको करना है, सबसे एफिशिएंट तरीके से वो काम हम कैसे कर सकते हैं? एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में एक हेड हो, उसके नीचे सबऑर्डिनेट्स हो, सबऑर्डिनेट्स के नीचे लोग हों, हेरार्की हो. ब्यूरोक्रेसी की फर्स्ट पॉइंट होता है कि हेरार्की हो. हेरार्की से आप नीचे वाले को काम दोगे, नीचे वाले को काम दोगे. द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ वर्क वुड बी वेरी एफिशिएंट. फिर रैशनल थिंकिंग, उनका एक टाइम होएगा आने का जाने का. दे हैव टू टेक एवरी डिसीजन रैशनली विद रीजन, नॉट on the basis of their social relations, that this person is from my caste or my religion so I'll help them more. तो rational decision making, objectivity, ठीक है, fairness in taking decisions, these were the attributes of this system of bureaucracy, and that is why Max Weber says that bureaucracy is the most efficient, most rational way of carrying out a human activity. ठीक है, तो बट मैक्स वेबर आल्सो सेज कि ब्यूरोक्रेसी अगर ज्यादा भी रैशनलाइज हो गई, इफ वी टोटली रिमूव द ह्यूमन एलिमेंट, ह्यूमन ऑटोनमस डिसीजन मेकिंग फ्रॉम ब्यूरोक्रेसी, अगर आप एक डीसी को बिल्कुल भी डिस्क्रिशन ना दो कि वो अपने लेवल पे कोई डिसीजन ले सके, एंड ही जस्ट हैव टू फॉलो द डिसीजंस ऑफ हिज पॉलिटिकल सीनियर्स, then that will be problematic. Then he has lost his human nature. Then he is just a machine. तो जब machine बन जाएगा एक human, that Max Weber calls that the iron cage of rationality. This also you can mention here, the iron cage of rationality, that people in the organization have become so rational that they are actually trapped in an iron cage. They are not allowed to think autonomously on their own. They just have to follow the orders of their senior politicians. ठीक है, तो ये बात करी थी. फिर आता है contractual relations which were studied by Henry Maine. अब हेनरी मेन ने ना एक स्टेटमेंट दिया था that society has moved from status to contract. This I'll just be mentioning, अभी we won't go into the detail. सोसाइटी मूविंग फ्रॉम स्टेटस टू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, मतलब बेसिक यही है. स्टेटस, व्हेन ही टॉक्स अबाउट स्टेटस, ही इज सेइंग दैट द स्टेटस इज गिवन बाय द सोसाइटी टू द इंडिविजुअल. तो व्हाटएवर रोल, व्हाटएवर position I have been given by the society, I am working according to that. I am not taking decisions on my own. अगर मेरे को एक फीमेल बना दिया गया सोसाइटी ने, फीमेल तो चलो you have been made by nature, but because of that the gender you have been assigned, the kind of clothes you have to wear, the kind of role you have to play in the society, in public sphere, because you are a female, because you are a woman, that is the role given by society. अब पहले जमाने में क्या था, the society, if it is giving more importance to status, that means we are talking about things when women were not given the right to vote. We are talking about time when women were not allowed in bureaucracy. They could not become IAS officers. We are talking about the time when women were not allowed in defense services. So a status is given by the society to women and they have to work according to that. They are not allowed to take decisions, to do things on their own. अब हेनरी मैन ने कहा कि द सोसाइटी हैज मूव्ड फ्रॉम स्टेटस टू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मतलब क्या है, आई हैव अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विद एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, आई वर्क अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट, उसके लेवल पे आई विल बी मेकिंग माय ओन डिसीजंस. कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल रिलेशंस मतलब क्या होता है कि वी हैव बीन गिवन सर्टेन लेवल ऑफ फ्रीडम इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेकिंग डिसीजंस ऑन आवर ओन. We are not bound by the social norms, the values of the society. The relations have become contractual and that has given individual freedom. This was studied by Henry Maine. Fourth point, सबसे important point, enlightenment की बात. So enlightenment as you know, what it was the age of reason. When we as a human civilization, we came out of the religious dogmas, the dominance of church in the decision making of our lives. Church की बात कर लो या any religion in Indian society, we talk about all the different religions which exist, and religion had a very big role in all the daily decisions we take. अब enlightenment में क्या होता है? The age of reason. It says that man is the measure of all things. ठीक है, human reason was given the maximum importance. If we cannot study anything by human reason, that shall be discarded. If that does not go through the inquiries of human brain, human reason, that thing should be discarded. If I cannot see anything, if I cannot smell anything, if I cannot sense anything through my 5 senses, then I do not believe in that. So that is how enlightenment में concept आता है that human is the center of the universe. अब literally नहीं कि हम center हैं universe का, but we, whatever I think is true. इसमें रेने डेकार्टे का एक बहुत famous statement है that I think, therefore I exist. तो ह्यूमन रीजन को बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस दी गई थी, एंड यही पॉइंट्स आएंगे आपके दैट इट इंस्यूड इंडिविजुअलिज्म एंड रैशनल थॉट. यहाँ पे पॉइंट कंप्लीट होते, ज्यादा इलेबोरेट नहीं करना बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ 10 मार्कर. Protestantism emerged, which was studied by Weber. So Protestantism, Christianity has 2 denominations, just like we have Shia, Sunni in Islam. Christianity has 2 denominations, Protestantism and Catholicism. So Protestantism came out of Catholicism. It's a little modern, little rational denomination, and it actually allowed individual interpretation of Bible. It encouraged inquiry, questioning, critical thinking. So that is why during this time of the age of reason, Protestantism also came out, and it was studied by Weber in his book Protestant Ethics and the Rise of Capitalism, which is a full-fledged chapter we study under Sociological Thinkers, chapter 4. फिर conclusion में हम क्या लिख रहे हैं? That thus sociology is rightly called the child. Look at how apt the conclusion is. The child of the age of revolution. All these changes, all these revolutionary changes which came, sociology was actually the child. It came out of the womb of these revolutions. ठीक है? So this is a very beautiful, very apt conclusion, and I've underlined it. This is actually a quote. I've mentioned it in quotes. So this is how you structure your answer. You sprinkle the points. You double underline the thinkers. You single underline the individual, the specific words which the checker wants to see in your answer. So this is it. 9:30 we'll meet with another question number 2. This was question number 1, and the series will go on like this, 1 question per session. Thank you.